When you hear the name Nintendo, you probably think of Mario, Zelda, Pokémon, or maybe the Nintendo Switch. But have you ever wondered what Nintendo actually means? The answer is surprisingly old. Nintendo wasn't originally a video game company. In fact, it existed for nearly a century before video games even became a thing. The name Nintendo comes from Japanese characters that are commonly interpreted as meaning, "Leave luck to heaven." Some scholars and historians debate the exact translation, but that's the meaning most often associated with the name. And considering that Nintendo started as a gambling card company in the 1800s, a name connected to luck makes a lot of sense. But the real story of how Nintendo got its name begins long before plumbers, princesses, and Pokémon. It begins in Kyoto, Japan, in the year 1889. In 1889, Japan looked very different from the country we know today. There were no televisions, no computers, no arcades, and certainly no video games. What people did have were card games. One of the most popular was a traditional Japanese card game called Hanafuda. These weren't ordinary playing cards. They featured elaborate artwork depicting flowers, seasons, and nature. People used them for a variety of games, some involving gambling. Demand was growing, but high-quality handmade cards were difficult to find. That's where a craftsman named Fusajiro Yamauchi saw an opportunity. In Kyoto, he founded a small company dedicated to producing handcrafted Hanafuda cards. He named the company Nintendo. At the time, nobody could have imagined that this tiny card business would one day become one of the most famous entertainment companies in the world. Nintendo's cards quickly developed a reputation for quality. The artwork was attractive, the craftsmanship was impressive, and customers kept buying them. Throughout the late 1800s and early 1900s, Nintendo continued growing. While many companies from that era disappeared entirely, Nintendo survived. Decade after decade, the company remained focused on cards. For years, that was essentially its entire business. No electronics, no toys, no video games, just cards. But eventually, a problem emerged. The card business had limits. There were only so many decks people needed. Nintendo needed a way to grow. By the mid-20th century, leadership had passed to Fusajiro Yamauchi's descendants. One of them, Hiroshi Yamauchi, would completely change the company's future. Hiroshi became president in 1949. He quickly realized that relying solely on playing cards wasn't enough. Nintendo needed new opportunities. The company began experimenting with different businesses. Some made sense, others did not. Nintendo tried operating taxi services. It explored food products. It experimented with hotels. At one point, it even entered businesses that had almost nothing to do with cards. Most of these ventures failed. Today, it's hard to imagine Nintendo running a taxi company. But back then, the future was uncertain. The company was searching for anything that might provide long-term growth. Eventually, one experiment worked. In the 1960s, Nintendo began producing toys. One employee in particular caught Hiroshi Yamauchi's attention. His name was Gunpei Yokoi. Originally hired as a maintenance worker, Yokoi enjoyed building gadgets in his spare time. One day, Yamauchi noticed a mechanical extending toy arm that Yokoi had created. Rather than dismissing it, he saw commercial potential. The product became known as the Ultra Hand. It sold extremely well. Suddenly, Nintendo had something promising. For the first time, the company had found success outside playing cards. This success encouraged Nintendo to keep experimenting. That decision would eventually lead them toward electronics. In the 1970s, video games were beginning to emerge. Arcade machines were gaining popularity. New technology was creating entirely new forms of entertainment. Nintendo saw an opportunity. The company started producing arcade games. Some succeeded, others failed. Then came a breakthrough. In 1981, Nintendo released Donkey Kong. The game introduced a character known at the time simply as Jumpman. That character would later become Mario. The success of Donkey Kong transformed Nintendo's future. The company was no longer just a card manufacturer. It was becoming an entertainment powerhouse. The real explosion came in the 1980s. After the video game crash of 1983 devastated much of the industry, Nintendo launched the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES. The timing was perfect. The system revitalized the home console market. Millions of households purchased one. Nintendo suddenly became synonymous with video games. Then came franchise after franchise. Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Pokémon, Animal Crossing, Smash Brothers. Each helped strengthen the company's reputation. What started as a card company founded in the 19th century had become one of the most influential entertainment businesses in history. What's remarkable is that Nintendo never changed its name. Most companies that undergo such dramatic transformations eventually rebrand. Nintendo didn't. The same name that appeared on handcrafted playing cards in 1889 still appears on game consoles today. And that's part of what makes the name so powerful. It's unique, it's memorable, and it carries more than a century of history. Most people hear Nintendo and immediately think of video games. Very few realize they're saying a name created before airplanes became common. A name that may roughly mean leave luck to heaven. A name born in a small card workshop in Kyoto. So why is Nintendo called Nintendo? Because when Fusajiro Yamauchi founded the company in 1889, he chose a name commonly interpreted as meaning, leave luck to heaven. It was a fitting name for a business built around playing cards and games of chance. Over the next century, that small card company would evolve into a toy maker, then an electronics company, and finally one of the most successful video game businesses ever created. Not bad for a company that started long before anyone had ever heard the words video game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which famous brand name you'd like us to investigate next.